Hey, what is up? So for this video, I wanted to react to yet another teaser for the upcoming 6th and final season of Better Call Saul. This teaser, unlike the previous two, features the plot of Gene Takovic in Omaha, Nebraska. Interestingly, in this teaser, we can see the camera zoom out from what appears to be a DEA poster, which is inquiring about any information leading to Saul Goodman's arrest and a reward for $5 million for such information. Then following the camera zooming out from this flyer, we then see Gene Takovic walk across this corkboard and rip the flyer down, thus ending this very short 15-second teaser. Now, of course, while I think like the previous two teasers that have been released, this of course is just that, a teaser, but of course, as we all know, next season of Better Call Saul is of course going to have to feature the plot of Gene Takovic very heavily, in my opinion, especially compared to the previous 5 seasons. Now, while I haven't made a video on this plot specifically in quite a while, I did review the very first episode of Season 5 of Better Call Saul, entitled Magic Man, where I did go into more detail about the cold opening scene from Season 5 of Better Call Saul in more detail, so you can go back and watch that if you want. But basically, the point I made in that video is, due to the fact that there's so much story seemingly left to tell via the plot of Gene Takovic, I really feel like we definitely need more than one cold opening scene, which is all we've gotten of this plot through 5 seasons of Better Call Saul so far. And now, definitely with the fact that we're going to have a 2-part split season designation for season 6 of Better Call Saul, I definitely think this means we're going to get at least 2 cold opening Gene Takovic Omaha, Nebraska scenes for each part of season 6, part 1 and part 2. So I guess doubling right off the bat the total number we got for each of the first 5 seasons. That being said, what also really intrigues me about this teaser is just the reminder of the fact that on top of all the various storylines in the present day, quote unquote, of season 6 of Better Call Saul that we have to deal with all of the characters and all of the unresolved plots, this teaser completely reminds me that on top of all of that, we also still need to get the conclusion to this entirely different story that has been building over the course of 5 full seasons of Better Call Saul. Again, like I said, there are so many details of this cold opening story that need to be told and need to be explained in what appears to be such a short amount of time. I definitely think that season 6 of Better Call Saul in its 13 and final episodes is going to truly have to feature this plot quite significantly in order to complete the story of what happened to Saul Goodman after he left Albuquerque following his business dealings with Walter White. And interestingly, this teaser also kind of sheds light onto a fact regarding these cold opening scenes that really haven't been discussed that much so far through 5 seasons, and that's the fact that in this teaser it appears that the jig is up and that Saul Goodman's identity has been discovered, but of course, as we all know, through the first 5 seasons of Better Call Saul, Gene Takovic has not been discovered by the authorities for his illicit dealings. Now, he was discovered by the cab driver from Albuquerque, New Mexico, which I talked about in that review, so definitely go back and watch that, like I said, if you want more specific detail regarding that plot. But this fact of this wanted poster in this teaser really makes me wonder if we're finally going to have to see Gene, aka Saul, aka Jimmy, avoid capture from the authorities. It's a question that I've definitely asked about this plot through the entirety of Better Call Saul over the course of the 5 seasons which we've seen on screen. And like I said, again, this is just another facet of the story that, if it's introduced into this plot, will have to be explained on screen in a very short period of time. So I'm very curious to see what additional details the writers display to us of this plot next season, and how much on-screen time it will need to complete the conclusion of this very intriguing story that I sometimes forget is going on simultaneously with all the additional stories that are happening in the present day in the plot of Better Call Saul. So yeah, like I said, an extremely intriguing plot of Gene Takovic heading into season 6 of Better Call Saul. I speculated in a previous video that we might get an entire episode of Gene Takovic. Again, I'm not really sure about that at this point in time. That's definitely quite a change of pace compared to the one cold opening scene we've gotten of Gene through the first 5 seasons of Better Call Saul. Season 6, I definitely feel, is without a doubt going to have at least 2, because we're going to have 2 first episodes to each part of season 6. But again, I really feel like even just 2 scenes really doesn't seem like enough based on all of the backstory that has been developed of Gene's plot. Basically, through the first 5 seasons, we saw that, okay, Saul fulfilled his own prophecy. He works as a manager at a Cinnabon in Omaha, Nebraska. He constantly fears of being discovered. That kind of is reiterated every single season. He then, in season 3 of Better Call Saul, finally passes out and has to go to the hospital. Again, further reiterating that he might be discovered for his true identity. He's not discovered. Always kind of fearing for this discovery, but of course, through 5 seasons of Better Call Saul, he's only been discovered by a cab driver who almost wants to use Saul or sort of extort him maybe in some way. It wasn't really clear to us at the end of season 5, but even through 5 entire seasons, the police haven't discovered him. So like I've said, I really wonder where this plot is going to go as we start off season 6 of Better Call Saul. So yeah, that's all I really got. Like I said, an extremely intriguing storyline revolving Gene, which I can't wait to see unfold and culminate next season. Like I said in my previous video, if you watch this video all the way to the very end, I really appreciate it. I can't wait to continue to make videos leading up to the 6th and final season of Better Call Saul. As always, my name is Anton Jackson. Thanks again for watching.